What happens when a game takes everything that made its predecessor great and pushes it even further? Ender Magnolia, Bloom in the Mist is here, bringing us back to the hauntingly beautiful and tragic world of the Ender series. But does it live up to the legacy of the Ender Lilies, or is it just a sequel trying to cash in on nostalgia? Welcome to Gametopsy, where we dissect video games to uncover what makes them great or release them to the downfall. Today we're putting Ender Magnolia into the knife, looking at its art, mechanics and game design to see if this Metroidvania is a masterpiece or a misstep. But before that, if you love in-depth gaming analysis, then subscribe to Silver's Edge and hit that like button. Now let's explore the land of fumes and see what secrets Ender Magnolia is hiding. Story and atmosphere. One of the strongest aspects of Ender Lilies was its dark, melancholic storytelling, and Ender Magnolia follows suit, expanding on the lore of the Ender universe. This time we find ourselves in the land of fumes, a world suffering from mysterious pollution that corrupts everything it touches. Unlike Ender Lilies, which focused on a ruined medieval kingdom, Ender Magnolia leans into a steampunk-inspired aesthetic, blending decayed industrial ruins with eerie organic growth. The protagonist Lilies is tasked with purifying the corrupted homunculi beings that were once meant to help humanity, but now have turned into monstrous entities. As you progress, the game slowly reveals its world through cryptic environmental storytelling, NPC dialogue, and hidden notes, rewarding players who take the time to explore every corner. The narrative structure isn't forced down your throat, but rather encourages discovery, making each piece of the lore feel earned. The music composed by Millie adds another layer of immersion. From haunting piano melodies to swelling orchestral pieces, the soundtrack perfectly captures the feeling of a world on the brink of collapse. The atmosphere alone is enough to make you lose yourself in the land of fumes. Gameplay and combat. Metroidvanias live and die by their gameplay. Ender Magnolia builds on Ender Lilies' unique spirit-based combat system. Instead of wielding weapons directly, Lilies summons homunculi allies to fight for her, each with unique attack patterns, abilities, and synergies. At the core of Ender Magnolia's combat is customization and experimentation. Players can equip multiple spirits at once, allowing for a variety of combat styles. Do you want to be a fast aggressive attacker, equip rapid striking homunculi, prefer a more defensive approach, use ranged or tanky allies to hold enemies at bay. The game also introduces environmental interactions and traversal mechanics that expand over time. Wall climbing, air dashing, and grappling hooks, each ability adds a new layer to both combat and exploration. Unlike some Metroidvanias that make backtracking a chore, Ender Magnolia ensures that every return to the previous area feels rewarding, with new paths opening as you acquire upgrades. Boss fights are another highlight. Each boss is a corrupted homunculus, and the battles feel like tragic duels rather than just obstacles. Their designs tell a story of once benevolent creation now twisted by corruption, desperately fighting against you. These encounters are challenging but fair, demanding precise movement, patience, and mastery of your spirit allies. Level design and exploration. One of the biggest improvements Ender Magnolia makes over Ender Lilies is its level design. While the previous game had beautiful environments, it sometimes felt too linear for a Metroidvania. In Ender Magnolia, the world feels more interconnected, organic, and rewarding to explore. The land of fumes is made up of multiple sprawling regions, each with its own distinct atmosphere and traversal mechanics. Instead of simply running from left to right, you'll have to grapple across ruined factories, swim through toxic waters, and navigate crumbling industrial towers. Unlike some Metroidvanias that get progress behind specific abilities, Ender Magnolia allows for multiple paths, meaning you can tackle certain areas in different orders depending on how you build your character. Secrets are everywhere, hidden behind breakable walls, tucked away in the shadows, or locked behind environmental puzzles. Ender Magnolia rewards players who pay attention to their surroundings. Shortcuts and alternate routes make backtracking less tedious, and new movement abilities like the air dash and wall climbing ensure that revisiting previous areas always feel fresh. It's clear that the developers learned from other top-tier Metroidvanias like Hollow Knight and Blasphemous. Every area is designed with intent, encouraging players to experiment, explore, and uncover the deeper lore of the world. Visuals and art direction. If you thought Ender Lilies was visually stunning, Ender Magnolia takes it to another level. The game's hand-drawn art is detailed, fluid, and filled with environmental storytelling. Each location tells a story of destruction, decay, and mystery, whether it's the ashen remains of a once thriving city or factories overrun by toxic mist. What really sets Ender Magnolia apart is its fusion of steampunk and dark fantasy. Instead of just sticking to gothic castles and ruined villages, this game introduces rusted machinery, mechanical constructs, and eerie bioluminescent flora. The contrast between man-made industrial decay and nature's slow reclamation gives Ender Magnolia a visual identity unlike any other Metroidvania. Character designs are also top tier. Lily, the protagonist, feels fragile yet determined, her animations smooth and graceful as she dashes, climbs, and fights through the corrupted world. The homuncular allies you summon are grotesquely beautiful, reflecting their tragic transformations from helpers into monsters. Let's not forget the boss designs. Each one feels like a fallen guardian, twisted beyond recognition, making every fight feel both epic and heartbreaking. Every enemy animation tells a story. Some homunculi hesitate before attacking, as if remnants of their former selves are still resisting corruption. Others move erratically, consumed by whatever plague has overtaken them. These small details make the world feel alive, deepening the player's connection to the narrative without a single line of dialogue. Lighting and visual effects also play a huge role. Mist rolls in thick over the landscape, making some areas feel claustrophobic and oppressive. Bright bursts of ethereal light contrast against dark mechanical ruins, guiding players towards point of interest. The game's use of contrast and shadow makes every environment feel immersive and dynamic. Ender Lilies isn't just a game, it's a visual masterpiece, blending gorgeous hand-drawn animation with storytelling that unfolds through its world design. Final verdict. So, does Ender Magnolia Bloom in the Mist live up to the legacy of Ender Lilies? Absolutely. It refines the best aspects of its predecessor while expanding its world, gameplay, and storytelling. That said, it's not perfect. Some players might find the combat pacing slower compared to more aggressive Metroidvanias like Dead Cells, and the lack of voice acting may make some story moments feel less impactful. But these are just minor gripes in what is otherwise a masterfully crafted Metroidvania experience. If you loved Ender Lilies or enjoy atmospheric action platformers, this game is a must-play. And if this is your first time diving into the Ender universe, then Ender Magnolia is the perfect place to start. That wraps up our Gametopsy of Ender Magnolia, Bloom in the Mist. But what do you think? Does this game live up to the hype, or do you have mixed feelings about it? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your take. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Gametopsies. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay silver.